This is Vegeta8259, and today I'm going to be doing the review of Master Grade Nu Gundam. And I bought this kit pretty much just to display next to my Master Grade Sazabi. And off the bat, I'm really impressed with this kit. It isn't a relatively older Master Grade. It came out in 2000. But it's still a very, very nice Master Grade. The posability isn't as great as it could be, but it makes up for it by just being plain awesome. And you'll get a feel for that as we get into this review. I think this is going to be a two-part review. The first part I'll go over Nu Gundam, and the second part I'll go over his accessories. Alright, first off, for colors, you've got white, obviously. You've got a very, very, very dark blue, which you see here on the torso. It probably just looks black on camera, but it's actually like a midnight blue, almost black. He's got a very orangey yellow. He's got a little bit of red just on the crotch, the stomach, the chin, and the back skirts, and a little bit on the weapons. I did a little bit of painting on this kit already. Basically, I've just painted the inner frame, so all the gray stuff has been painted kind of a metallic gray. Just because his inner frame has got a lot of screws in it, and it would really have been a pain to take all those screws out when I get around to painting him, and that just would have been bad. If you don't already know, I can't stand screws in model kits. But anyway, I believe that's all the colors. So, oh no, he's got a couple clear pieces for the eyes, and then there's supposed to be a clear piece here in this little camera hole, but I left it out. Just, again, because it would have been a pain to take out when I get around to painting. Okay, now for articulation. His head is on a ball joint, so it can go up and down, and it can go side to side. Actually, it can't go side to side hardly at all, but he does have a double jointed neck, so it can go up like that, so his head can go all the way back like this. Apparently Sazabi and Nu Gundam are the only Master Grades that can do this that I know of. There may be others, but they're the only ones I know of that have this neck that allows them to look straight up like that. But, of course, his head can rotate a bit. I'm not sure. Actually, it can't rotate very far. It can only go about that far. But, oh wait. Well, that's weird. It wouldn't go when I rotated it one way, but it went 360 when I rotated in the other direction. Anyway, the torso has a ball joint for a waist, so it can go forward and back just a little bit. Can't really go side to side very much. And it can't, well, it's one of those things where you can rotate it if you pull the waist joint out a little bit, so then he can go 360. And yeah, pulling that ball joint out gives him a little bit more flexibility there. The arms, the shoulder joints have a little joint inside the torso, so they can go up and down a little bit there. I don't think they can really go forward and back very much, but they can go 360. The shoulder armor can move up and down a little bit. The arms can go out about that far. There's rotation below the shoulder. It has a double jointed elbow, and it actually, for an older Master Grade, bends quite a ways. It almost does a full 180. So that was a pleasant surprise. And due to the screws, his elbow joints are kind of stiff, so you want to be careful with those. He's got a double jointed wrist. This little black part right there lets the wrist move up and down, and then the wrist has a ball joint on it so it can rotate and wiggle a little bit. And it's got a joint up inside the hand, which lets it go up like that, and down a little bit. Not down nearly as far as it goes up. But then he's got the standard old style master grade hands with a ball joint thumb and the other three fingers separate from the index finger. No alternate sets of hands with Nu Gundam here. He's just got the two posable hands. Anyway, something I forgot to mention on the torso, the cockpit hatch opens. And actually the whole entire front of the torso opens up. And you can see some of the frame here. And not really sure if you'll be able to see Amuro in there, but he is down in there. The thrusters on the backpack are on ball joints, so they kind of wiggle around a little bit. This little beam saber holder on the back can swivel about this far to the top, about that far to the bottom. The skirt armor is pretty flexible. The front skirts go all the way up like so. They're on ball joints, so they can wiggle a little bit as well. The side skirts can go about that far, and actually, side skirts don't move nearly. That's about all they can do is go up and down, because the rotation isn't, yeah. The back skirts, like the front skirts, they could go up a lot further, but as you can see, they hit the backpack there. And they're also on ball joints, so they can wiggle around a bit. The hips are ball joints, so when the skirt armor's up, they can go up a good ways, and they can go back a good ways as well. They can go in and out and rotate a little bit on that ball joint. The knees are double jointed, however, the top joint that's here in the thigh doesn't move very much. It's mostly this joint right here. As you can see, that's about as far as the top joint moves, and then the rest of it is all the bottom joint. And when you get it all bent, it goes about that far. And on the back of the leg here, this little piece of armor can move up and down, and the thruster up under it can also move independently. The ankles are just straight ball joints, so I actually like these ankles because there's no ankle armor like a lot of Gundams have. Like, for example, RX-78 has that big piece of armor over the ankle joint, but because Nu Gundam lacks that, his feet are much more posable. They can go down and up, as you saw, side to side, and they can rotate quite a bit. And on the ends of the feet, these little yellow tabs can come down to let them grip down into the ground better. Or I guess in Nu Gundam's case, grip down into asteroids better. I really like this kit because despite being an older master grade, it's one of the first master grades to have a full inner skeleton, with the exception of the head, of course. Yeah, pretty much there's a skeleton going throughout the entire kit, and I think that really, I appreciate that a lot on Bandai's part. So, I guess that'll do it for the first part of the review, and I'll be back for the second part to go over Nu Gundam's weapons and accessories.